Most modern cities are built to scale. They are designed around the automobile, the corporate balance sheet, and the soaring ego of the skyscraper. When you walk down the grand avenues of a modern metropolis, the architecture forces you to feel small. The glass facades are smooth and reflective, mirroring the clouds, but offering absolutely no warmth to the human walking on the pavement below. This is the outer grid, a corporate fortress designed for efficiency, speed, and commerce. But tucked directly behind these towering monoliths lies a parallel city. Today, we are exploring Melbourne, Australia, and the unique psychology of the hidden grid. We are diving into why humans willingly flee the wide, clean avenues of the modern world just to seek out the tight, messy, and secretive spaces where a city's soul is actually kept. To find the heartbeat of Melbourne, you have to learn how to step sideways. In the mid-19th century, the city was laid out in a strict, predictable grid, but to allow horses, carts, and waste to move behind the grand buildings, planners carved out a network of narrow service lanes. They paved them with dark volcanic bluestone, a rock that absorbs the rain and holds on to the shadows. What started as a utility network has evolved into a massive psychological refuge. The moment you step off the main thoroughfare and into a laneway, your entire relationship with the environment changes. The massive, crushing scale of the corporate city evaporates. The air grows still, the wind dies down, and the environment shrinks back to a human scale. You are no longer an anonymous statistic navigating a monument to capital. You are an explorer in a sanctuary. There is an unspoken rule written into these alleyways. Intimacy requires containment. Humans did not evolve to thrive in infinite open concrete expanses. We are hardwired to look for shelter, for corners, for spaces that wrap around us and protect our backs. Melbourne's laneways work because they provide exactly that, an architecture of containment. Here, cafes don't have grand dining rooms. They inhabit tiny converted broom closets and old loading docks. People sit inches apart on milk crates, huddled under heaters, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee and wet stone. Because the space is physically compressed, our psychological boundaries drop. Conversations become quieter, eye contact becomes real, and the isolation of the massive city is temporarily held at bay by the simple proximity of another human being. But a hidden space is not just a place to hide, it is a canvas for everything the mainstream city tries to sanitize. The laneways of Melbourne are a living, breathing museum of the uncurated. Layers upon layers of paint, posters, and graffiti tote the brickwork like an ever-evolving skin. In the main streets, this would be scrubbed away within hours to maintain the illusion of corporate order. But back here, the chaos is allowed to breathe. This art is a psychological counterweight to the smooth glass of the towers above. It is textured, flawed, temporary, and aggressively human. By allowing the walls to stay messy, the city permits its residents to be messy too. It tells you that you don't have to be polished, successful, or perfectly put together to belong in the grid. Yet beneath the warmth of the cafes and the vibrant color of the walls, there is a lingering, quiet transience to this city. Melbourne is a metropolis built on migration and temporary stays, a home for international students, traveling artists, and passing creatives. Its sprawling tram network is constantly moving thousands of people who are only here for a chapter of their lives, drifting through a beautiful, rotating waiting room. This creates a unique psychological undertone, a collective shared loneliness. Everyone is searching for a connection inside a city that feels permanently in transit. We cling to the laneways because we are looking for roots in a place where the population is constantly changing. We look for a familiar barista, a favorite graffiti wall, or a hidden doorway just to convince ourselves that we have left a fingerprint on a city that is designed to roll on without us. A city's true greatness is never measured by its outer monuments. It is measured by the spaces it leaves open for its people to just be human. The towering glass and concrete of the world can build an economy, but they can never build a home. That requires a smaller scale. It requires the shadows, the brick, and the hidden paths. The next time you find yourself lost in a massive, overwhelming metropolis, don't just look up at the heights of the skyline. Look for the narrow gaps. Look for the wet bluestone. Remember that the most beautiful parts of life are rarely found on the main boulevards under the bright lights. They are found when you are brave enough to step off the grid, walk down the dark alley, and discover what the city is hiding. You can build the fortress, but you must save room for the soul.